Hey guys, what's up? It's Nori, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance of mental health. So throughout my childhood, I've had a long battle with mental health and dealing with trying to figure out how to help myself the right way. Just a few things that I deal with on the every once in a while is depression, anxiety, PTSD, things like that that definitely have been hard for me to deal with over the past few years. Like, it's just been getting harder since I have been dealing with it for so long. Dealing with all that at once can be tricky because you feel like very overwhelmed and you really don't know what to do half the time. And like constantly with me, it's just racing thoughts all the time. Like, what's going on? What can I do? And even more than that, everything that's going on in my brain happens all at the same time and it just merges together. When things get like that, it's important to catch yourself and don't let yourself travel too far into going over the deep end. Once you think about things way too much, it gets really hard and you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself when it's unneeded. I kind of like put so much pressure on myself that there's times that I just won't even do anything. And it's not out of being lazy. It's out of being so stressed out that I don't want to do anything. It's good that I can recognize that and call myself out on it because it's not a good thing to stay in. So for me to figure out I was going through something mentally, I had a few signals, a few signs that I would drop and that I would recognize myself doing. And it is sometimes you have to maybe write it down or have it in the back of your brain for when you're going through those things. That way that you can process it. There are certain steps that you have to take to figure out how you can break out of that mental state that you're in. For me, I start to notice when I'm getting there, when I start talking to different people and how I express myself. It's really important to be aware of how your emotions are coming out to somebody, because you can convey something that you didn't mean to and affect somebody else with what you're going through. So I try to basically take in what I'm saying, and if maybe I have the wrong tone, maybe I'm saying words that I shouldn't be saying, I'll take a step back and be like, oh no, you're about to go into that place that you don't want to be in. When you're talking to somebody, it is really important to be self-aware of what you're saying. It's important your tone and how you're really conveying your message to somebody. I often express my emotions in a conversation when they shouldn't be expressed because I'm so pent up and frustrated. So it is really important to call yourself out on that, because unfortunately, other people don't need those worries, and you can convey your emotions in a more positive way than bringing them up in a situation that has nothing to do with that. And I know an important thing is to kind of let go of all of those worries, because they're kind of not important. But for me, I know it's hard to let go of all that worry all the time. I constantly worry about a lot of things that I shouldn't be worrying about. But I also have people that can call me out on that behavior because they seen that the repetition basically, and we will talk about it together. That way they know when I'm going through that they can help me out of it. And instead of me getting angry with them for something certain they can say, we have talked about it and expressed to ourselves, how can we get out of that state? You kind of have to talk to somebody about it when you have those mental health problems and things like that, because as much as it is hard to express yourself, if you don't figure it out with somebody, you're going to be alone in it, and it's just going to keep coming out worse and worse and worse. A good thing to do is to basically try to let the past go, and not even just let it go, but move past it. Like, take those steps to move past something. Don't avoid it, because that's not gonna help you in the long run. But when you're going through it, just basically take those steps to help yourself so you can move on and move into the present and start thinking about your future. Things from your past should not affect your future. I have found that happened to me before, and I realized that it was time for me to not get over it, but find peace with it. You have to find peace with your past in order to keep going. You don't want that to be something that is going to keep happening forever. If you let that affect you, those can basically become a repeated action, even if you don't mean it. It's very, very important to work through your problems, talk to somebody, and do it in a positive manner. That way you can help yourself and not drag anybody with you. I know that it's very easy to feel alone, but people like me and my brother and things like that understand the struggle of mental health. And if you want to join our journey, you want to basically help us, help you, help each other, make sure you maybe share the video like with your friends, and keep coming back so we can basically work on this together.